Throw. 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 Throw.
UPP has been a longtime sponsor of the Cannons, and we thank you for your continued support.
Yeah, I think I need to drop it down. Who's he throwing with? 30-something. $34. 41. 34. 41. It needs to drop a little bit more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to call your attention to the field and extend a warm welcome to Colt Whitaker, with 8 years old, and attends Lincoln Elementary School. He will be going into 5th grade in the fall. He plays baseball, football, basketball, and is on the swim team. His favorite baseball team, other than the Cannons, is the Washington Nationals. Let's give Colt a big Cannons welcome. Go for it, Colt.
$34. 41.
Put your hands together for our guy, Colt.
$34. 41.
Oh boy. And also at the ballpark tonight is the Loudoun County Public Library to promote their summer reading program.
Got it.
Dig into a prehistoric
Season of baseball here in Loudoun County.
Good evening and welcome in to Fireman's Field here in beautiful Purcellville, Virginia for another edition of Cannons Baseball. 10-3 heading into this one in firm possession of first place in the Valley League North and the Valley League as a whole. I'm joined tonight by my partner Tristan Kunek. I'm Lincoln Burkholder bringing you Cannons Baseball here at Fireman's Field. Tristan, big game for the Cannons tonight. Coming off a loss, their first one in 9 games. They're 9-1 in their last 10. What's the key tonight against the Cardinals?
I think they just need to stick to what they've been having working for them, and that has been the hitting. I mean, we've seen hitting in the Valley go up all over the league. Every team has just been having the runs up. It feels like every game has gone over 30 total runs in all these games. But yeah, just sticking with the bats, getting them hot, and honestly just keeping their cool. We've seen multiple games this season where they've been down. In fact, just a couple games ago here at home against these Front Royal Cardinals, they were down going into the 5th inning and came back and ended up mercy rolling them in the 8th inning and getting that 10-run roll in the 8th. So I think as long as they can keep those bats hot, keep those pitchers, just get the length of the starting pitchers and have that bullpen work well for them, then they're in good shape.
All right, certainly the offense has been hot. For that, I'll turn it over to Tristan for the visiting Cardinals starting lineup.
For the Cardinals, we have James Green leading off, Danny Orr following him, JoJo Montgomery batting 3rd, Sangwon John cleaning it up, Nick Drombowski batting 5th, Jackson Kehoe 6th, Hendrick Torres 7th, Ty Mercado 8th, and Luke Monaco rounding it all out at number 9.
Now to on the field for our national anthem tonight.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Tammy. Also, thank you to Purcellville.
Fantastic rendition of our national anthem, and with that, we'll take a look at the starting pitcher tonight for the Cannons. It's one of the aces on this team, one of the several starters with a sub-1 ERA, Gregory Quintana. 2 starts on the year, 1-0 record, has a save as well. 11 innings to the tune of a .82 ERA. What's the key for him tonight, Tristan?
Yeah, as long as he can just keep on getting strikes over the plate. We saw him early here in the season. He pitched tremendously. I think we've seen the Cannons getting good starts out of their pitchers, Quintana being one, young guy, but as long as he can keep calm. He had struggled at his first inning, as we've seen from a lot of starters, but after that he has kind of dialed in, and as long as he can keep that flow going that he's had, I think he'll be good for a solid outing tonight.
Yeah, we've seen the first inning be a key for plenty of pitchers in the Valley, Cannons included, so just got to start hot, find the zone early, and he could cruise. We've seen him cruise before. His longest start so far on the season. We'll find that. It was, I believe, against,
1, 2, 3.
was a 6-inning outing his last time out against Stanton on the road. Cannons won that game 11-1. He has been great. K per 9 has been fantastic. He's got 13 strikeouts in those 11 innings and a whip below 1. So for those of you unfamiliar with baseball stats, I do use that a lot without actually explaining what it is. But walks and hits per innings pitched, or per inning pitched. So essentially how many base runners he allows, under 1 an inning so far this season. So Cannons looking for their 11th win of the year. They're 10-3 at the moment. Cardinals 4-8, looking to bounce back and dig themselves out of currently last place in the Valley League North. We should be underway here shortly as we take a look at the defense for the Front Royal Cardinals, or for the Purcellville Cannons, excuse me.
As we mentioned, Gregory Quintana on the mound, Gargett behind the plate for him tonight catching, Thomas Marsala returning at first, Andrew Bell, Shin Inoue being the double play partners at second base and shortstop respectively, and McLeod, a newcomer for the Cannons there on the third base corner. Out in the outfield from left to right, we have Alex Lyons, Seth Williams, and Anthony Fernandez, and that will round out our Cannons defense.
Leading off for the Cardinals, number 10.
Looks like we are about to get underway. 7:02 at the moment. We'll see first pitch. Leading off for Front Royal, as Tristan mentioned, James Green, the center fielder. Here's the first pitch from Quintana. 7:02, swing and a miss, strike 1, and we are underway here at Fireman's Field.
James Green with a little number change. I was talking to the coach earlier, said jersey he was sporting earlier, a little too big, sleeves becoming more of a 3/4 sleeve jersey for him rather than a regular one.
That misses just outside. We're even at 1-1. I always see weird superstitions with baseball players, especially uniforms included. Here's a 1-1 outside, and it's now 2-1 to Green at the plate. Danny Orr on deck, JoJo Montgomery in the hole here in the first inning.
James Green was here just a couple nights ago, had a pretty solid night, 5 at-bats. At Presbyterian College, he batted .313 this past season in 36 games. 11 RBIs, definitely more of a contact guy, a get-on-base guy.
That one popped up foul, out of play on the left side.
You know, for me, I'm getting a little bit of a deja vu here, as last game I called here was against the Front Row Cardinals just a couple nights ago.
Good to have you back in the booth. Last game here, Cannons won 6-2 over the Newmarket Rebels.
And as we mentioned, the first inning for the Cannons pitchers.
That, and unfortunately, looked like Quintana might have slipped on the mound. It'll be a balk, and ball 3 as a result. So count now full to James Green to lead this game off.
So as we were talking about the first innings for Cannons pitchers, and well, really VBL pitchers, in the first inning and the first at-bat of the last game against the Cardinals, James Green led the game off with a triple.
Swing and a miss. Oh, nope, fouled off. And that will stay 3-2. Looked like he couldn't quite see from up here, but definitely took a weird skip off what I presume would be the bat.
Might have gotten away with one there because with Green's speed, he might have been able to get to first off a drop third strike there.
Yeah, that one certainly got good ways away. Another payoff pitch from Quintana on the way. Lined out into center. In on it and slowing up to make this play on one hop is Seth Williams. It's a leadoff base hit for James Green to get things started for Front Royal.
Yeah, we've seen Williams play back a good bit. I mean, he's got a good bit of speed, so he has the ability to do that. But with that depth, you kind of see plays like that where it's kind of just in the middle outfield and you can't quite get there quick enough. And it's kind of what happened there, but a good piece of hitting for James Green, and he's got another leadoff hit for the Cardinals.
On the leadoff job, here's Danny Orr, the right fielder. A little bit of, I can't remember who this stance reminds me of, but it's somebody. That's one popped up high in the air on the infield. Gargett going for it. He will call for it, make the catch in foul territory for out number 1.
Now batting left fielder number 1.
We'll bring in JoJo Montgomery, the left fielder tonight. I believe a staple of this Front Royal lineup, if I'm not mistaken. I think he played here last year. or at least in the valley. First pitch from Quintana, grounded to third. This could be two. Picked up, thrown onto first or second by McLeod, onto first, little high, and they get the runner at second. But Montgomery's safe over at first on the fielder's choice.
And that's why you hustle out those ground balls, as you mentioned. Could have been two. I think James Green just slid a little weird for Andrew Bell to get a throw off clean, and as you mentioned, put it a little high, made James Green made Marsala would have had to make a play there.
So that'll bring in Sang-Woon John, the first baseman tonight. That's strike one to him. And apologies to Jojo Montgomery, I do believe I was mistaken. Does not appear that he played for Front Royal last summer. So an 0-1 count to John at the plate. Two gone now in the inning. Here's the pitch from Quintana. That's up high. We're even at 1-1.
John came in late in relief in that last Cardinals game here a couple nights ago.
That one just low. Count moves to 2-1 now. Front Royal's offense as a whole this season, batting .226 as a team. OPS south of 700. It's in the 600s. Just one homer for the Cardinals through 12 games. The 2-1 in the dirt, and it's now 3-1 to John. On deck is Nick Dromboski, the designated hitter.
John lengthening out this at bat. Saw Jojo Montgomery and Danny Orr come up and swing the bat right away. Now John making Quintana throw the ball a little bit.
Check over on the runner at first. He's back safely. Still 3-1. As Quintana comes set on the mound. Kicks and fires. Here it is. That is in there, and the count will run full at the plate to Sang-Woon John with two gone here in the first inning. Quintana would love to get out of this. Going for second is the runner. Good stop from Bell at second. Throw on to first, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. A little web gem from Andrew Bell keeps it scoreless in the first, and it's 0-0 as the Cannons will come to the plate in the bottom half.
Of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons Baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons Baseball.
Welcome you back into Fireman's Field. Cannons coming to the plate in the bottom of the first with the Cannons batting order. Here's Tristan.
Thank you, Lincoln. Leading it off for the Cannons will be Seth Williams. To follow is Shin Inoue. Thomas Marsala batting third, and Anthony Fernandez to clean it all up. After that will be Jotneil McLeod, newcomer for the Cannons. Logan Newcomb to follow him. Alex Lyons, Ryan Gargett, and Andrew Bell to round it all out in the 9-hole.
And on defense for the Cardinals,
got Connor Graham on the mound, same guy we saw last week. Torres catching for him behind the plate. Sangwoon John on first. We have Luke Monaco and Ty Mercado as the double play partners there at second and shortstop. Jackson Kehoe playing third. Jojo Montgomery in left field. James Green in center. And Danny Orr in right for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Connor Graham, you mentioned we saw him here last time out, last week here at Fireman's Field. We'll find some season numbers.
Last time he was here, it was June 10th, so just about a week ago. He pitched 5 innings and gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Brought him up to a 5.4 ERA, kept him around a 5.4 ERA, struck out 3. He had a solid outing, and the bullpen just came in and kind of unraveled the Cardinals in that game.
First pitch from Graham, swung on and missed by Seth Williams at the plate, and it's 0-1 to start this Cannons offense. Cannons offense this season has been incredible, to say the least. We'll look to keep that going tonight. Here's the 0-1, foul tipped, and it'll move to 0-2. As a team batting .285 with an OPS north of 800. Can't ask for much more out of the lineup. 6 homers and 102 runs scored. For reference, Front Royal has played it, I believe, 54. Here's the 0-2. Driven out into left center, high in the air. This could be trouble. It will not be. The left fielder Montgomery comes in, makes the play. And there's one away here quickly in the bottom of the first.
That one just hung up in the air a little bit too long for Williams. Got under it just a little bit too much, otherwise it would have been trouble.
To the tune of my favorite walk-up song on this team, here comes the 2-hitter, Shin Inoue, one of Purcellville's all-time fan favorite players in his second year. He took last summer away from the Cannons. And first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Out of Kansas State, as he awaits the MLB draft this upcoming, I believe, month. That one swung on and missed, and it's 0-2.
MLB draft always confused me because, unlike other leagues, it's right in the heart of the season.
Yeah, I never have an exact time for it. It is July 11th through 13th this year. This one chopped. Shin's got speed. This could be a tough play. He is safe at first with ease. The speed shows off, and it's an infield single for Inoue with 1 out here in the first.
Yeah, that chopper turned Connor Graham around on the mound. So Graham had no chance, and he was slow enough that Kehoe couldn't make the throw over in time unless he really was quick and made it perfect.
It was a good effort, but Inoue, the speed just a little too much. That'll bring in Thomas Marsala, the first baseman for the Cannons tonight in his second year with the program. First pitch to him, outside, and it's 1-0. Inoue will take second without a throw.
Shin Inoue leading the league with stolen bases with 15. Make that 16 now.
Sure, if he's on base more tonight, certainly likely not the last time we see him go. This one driven out left center. Back on it is Montgomery. He will make the catch in that deep left center alley. Inoue takes off for third. Here's the relay, no throw. And safe is Inoue. So 2 gone and a runner on third now for Anthony Fernandez, the cleanup man.
That's what I like to call a really, really long bunt. He moved the runner, did exactly what he needed to do, just did it the long way, sending it out about 370 instead of putting it about 3 in front of the plate.
And Marsala likely wishing he hit that one a little further left. Just 310 or 318 down there in the left field corner. I believe it's 318.
That or pulled it.
Indeed. First pitch to Fernandez misses away, and it's 1-0.
That 310 right field fence has been a victim of Thomas Marsala multiple times already. Sure, we'll see it more this season.
Here's the 1-0, low, and now 2-0 to Fernandez at the plate. On the way, swung on, up the middle, base hit. That's going to score Inouye, and the Cannons are on the board here in the first inning. They lead 1-0 on another RBI single this season for Anthony Fernandez.
It's a lot easier to feel your way through a game when you're getting on top first. Something I feel like we haven't seen much from the Cannons, but they get it off here early. Anthony Fernandez just lining that one right through the heart of the field. Inouye will walk to home plate. And as you mentioned, Cannons up first.
Yeah, very good piece of hitting from Fernandez. Wouldn't be shocked if we saw him go at some point too. First pitch to Jotniel McLeod is fouled off. Out of play on the right side.
Cannon's got a good bit of speed on this team. Seth Williams, third in the league in stolen bases with 12.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball in there, strike 2. So now 0-2 to McLeod at the plate.
Shin Inouye also has yet to be caught stealing this season.
Here's the 0-2. That almost got a piece of him, but McLeod gets out of the way. And it will move to 1-2. 1-2, 2 outs, and Fernandez on first. Here's the pitch from Graham. Fernandez goes, driven out into center field. It's a base hit. Fernandez will round second. Throw back in is not in time. Fernandez nearly caught up, but able to get back safely, and it's first and second with 2 outs.
Yeah, smart idea to look up into the outfield there. Is James Green got there quickly and got that ball back in quick and was almost able to backpick him there.
That'll bring in Logan Newcomb. I've spoken about him on previous broadcasts. South Carolina State Player of the Year this season in his senior year of high school. Coastal Carolina commit, although likely awaiting the draft. That one driven to left center, and Montgomery will run it down. Nearly a big swing, but it's out number 3 on a good read from Montgomery. Cannons score 1, leave 2 on base, get 3 hits in the inning, and it's 1-0 Purcellville as we head to the top of the second.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons Baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons Baseball.
Welcome you back in top of the second here at Fireman's Field. Cannons lead at 1-0 after the RBI single from Anthony Fernandez in the bottom of the first. Due up for Front Royal against Gregory Quintana is 5, 6, 7 in the order. Nick Dromboski, the designated hitter, Jackson Kehoe, the third baseman, and Hendrik Torres, the catcher. Great crowd on hand tonight. Both sides of the bleachers packed to the gills.
Nick Dromboski.
Start to see that a little bit more as I believe Loudoun County got out on Friday.
think you're right.
I don't know. I'm a little past those days.
Yeah, we're definitely a little past the LCPS days up here in the booth, but it's about this time, June 17th. That one low and away, it'll be 1-0. I actually think back when I was in high school, that makes me sound real old. I'm not that old, but back when I was in high school, I think it was earlier in June. I want to say like June, like 8th or 9th we normally got out. 1-0 from Quintana outside, and it's now 2-0.
At my regular job, one of my regular jobs, I work with a bunch of teenagers because I work at a brewery, and yeah, it's weird being like, oh yeah, when I was in high school, when I was in college, because at this point I'm out of college, so that's a real reality check there. Is, oh yeah, in my senior year of college, I'm like, oh.
That one in there, strike one to make it 2-1. No, you're right. I work over at a golf course, so also in the presence of plenty of people who are either early in college or still in high school, and it certainly feels weird to use the words like, back in my freshman year of college now that I'm out. That one on the outside edge, and it evens the count at 2-2. Quintana kind of painting that outside edge so far tonight when he's been able to find it. It is plunger night at Fireman's Field. 2-2 pitch, swung on and foul tipped. Gargett unable to hold on to it behind the plate, so we'll stay at 2-2. But it's always an interesting night. UPP, proud sponsor of the Cannons, longtime sponsor of the Cannons. If you can see out into right field on the broadcast, you'll see the big UPP letters, but come around once a year and hand out plungers at the gate. I still have the one from last year.
I don't need a plunger. I don't think maybe I steal that one from right next to you up here in the booth.
Yeah.
I think.
I can't say I've used it for too much other than to like open and close the window for fun. But it gets interesting when you hand plungers to a bunch of kids. They tend to throw them. But I would
fight
too.
each other with them.
2-2, popped up foul, left side and out of play. The last pitch was popped up foul and out of play as well. So still 2-2 as Nick Dromboski stays alive.
That's where you got to be careful with those plungers. You got kids over there fighting for freezy pops. Now you give them weapons.
Yeah, run over to the baseball and just put the plunger on it. Pick it up that way. 2-2 count still. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul down the right side. Dromboski fighting to stay alive. That's 4 straight foul balls from him. So this now, I believe, an 8-pitch at bat to Nick Dromboski. This would be pitch 9 on the way from Quintana. He'd love to get on to lead this inning off. And another 2-2 on the way. Popped up left side, shallow left field. Moving in on it is Lyons. He will make the catch, and it's out number 1 here in the bottom or top of the 2nd inning.
Good battle there between pitcher and hitter. Dromboski just wouldn't go down without putting something in play. And he does and just gets under it a little bit too much. And out there under all that sun, Alex Lyons able to find the ball and make the catch. That sun's brutal over here in Fireman's Field.
First pitch in there for strike 1 to Jackson Kehoe, the third baseman. Now, yeah, left field currently going through it, so is third base. Rest of the field shaded pretty nicely, but that evening sun is no joke to catch fly balls in. 0-1 skips in the dirt, and it's now 1-1.
Which, actually, if I'm being completely honest, I think I'd rather be in the situation of third base and left field where it's just nothing but sun. When you're out in center or right and you have the sun coming through the trees, I feel like that'd be harder to track.
1-1 fouled off right side out of play, and now 1-2. Now, yeah, as the ball goes in and out of the sun, I actually could see that being more difficult almost than just trying to find it in the sun to begin with.
Yeah, I feel like the shadows would definitely mess with the ball, so I think I'd actually rather be in left and have the sun just tearing up my eyes.
At least he's got some shades out there. 1-2 pitch. That one skips away, and we're even at 2-2.
McLeod does not at third, though.
Two count. Here's the pitch. Line to second. Bell jumps, but just barely unable to make the grab, and it's into right center. For a one-out single from Jackson Kehoe.
Would have been a heck of a play. Bell just not able to get up enough. Got to start going to hit some box jumps to get up there a little bit more, but good hit from Kehoe. He gets on. Not quite a leadoff hit, but hey, as long as you have someone on, right? Cardinals get someone on and able to maybe get something going here.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 4, Henry Torres.
Looking to even this game at 1 after Cannons put one on the board in the first. Here comes Hendrick Torres, the catcher for the Cardinals. First pitch grounded to first, and that will get through into right field. Rounding second is Kehoe. He will stop on the cannon in from Fernandez, and it's first and second with one out.
Yeah, that one was just kind of a weird bouncing ball. Marsala had to come back to it, and the way it bounced, it just kind of slid under his glove arm.
Will be ruled an error.
Coming up for the Cardinals, shortstop, number 55, Ty Mercado.
So an E3 from Marsala over at first. Puts Torres on first, and here's Ty Mercado, the shortstop. Quintana deals. First pitch outside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Driven out into left center field. Lyons is going to have to run back on this one. Will he get there? He will. Heck of a rundown from Alex Lyons in left. And there's 2 away on the fly out.
That one hit to the deepest part of the field. Could have been a lot more damage if he wasn't a righty there, as drives it right to the right of that 388 sign.
He got every bit of that one.
Lyons able to track it down, and all the Cardinals runners were already halfway to their next base that they didn't have time to go back, tag up, and still move a base. So no harm, no foul.
Long out makes it 2 gone. First pitch to the 9-hitter Luke Monaco is fouled off for strike 1.
Cardinals with the Mercado Monaco not only at the double play partner, but
that one fouled off, and it'll be 0-2 now.
Not only with the double play partners, but with the 8 and 9 hole, it kind of becomes a tongue twister.
Yeah, I'm preparing myself. Mercado to Monaco, Monaco to Mercado.
And just remembering which one's which.
It sounds cool, though, rolling off the tongue with the double plays. So it's 0-2 to Monaco. 2 gone, 2 on. Here's the pitch. That one out into center. Williams racing in on it. He'll make the grab. And that'll do it for the top of the second here in Purcellville. Front Royal gets 2 on base with an error and a hit. They strand both, and it's 1-0 Cannons as we head to the home half.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors, Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Welcome you back into Purcellville. 1-0 the score in favor of the home team. Still Connor Graham on the mound for his second inning of work, and due up in the second. Patrick Lyons, Ryan Gargett, and Andrew Bell in that order. 7, 8, 9 in the Cannons lineup, and then the top of the order following that.
The Loudoun County Social Collective, the Purcellville Pub, the Ridge Performance and Training, Trips on the Field, Turf Boss, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping.
So we have been accidentally calling Patrick Lyons Alex Lyons, and we apologize for that. I've been watching a lot of hockey, the goalie for the Sabres, former Flyer actually.
So that's why he's in your head.
So that's where that was coming from, and good on Lincoln to catch me at the break there.
How devout of a Flyers fan to remember your former goalie Alex Lyons. He did have a good playoff this past year. He's still playing for the Sabres, isn't he?
Well, he is, yeah, and he started most of the playoffs for the Sabres because Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen got hurt.
That one in there, strike one on the first pitch of the second inning to Patrick Lyons at the plate.
And he had a couple good games for the Sabres. Obviously, they got eliminated by Montreal in overtime in Game 6.
That's fouled off right side, and now 0-2.
But I believe, I don't know how much of a follower of hockey you are, but back in, I think it was 2018, 2019, the Flyers played 8 goalies, and he was one of them. They played 8 goalies in a single season.
I can faintly remember that as a Capitals fan. That one misses to make it 1-2. And that was peak Capitals hockey back then.
I think Alex Lyon was one of those goalies. That was the year Carter Hart got called up, and
that one swung on and missed. Strike 3 to Lyons, and one away here in the second.
Now batting for the Cannons from Lubbock Christian
We'll
University.
bring in Ryan Gargett, catcher for the Cannons. First pitch misses to make it 1-0. Gargett batting .231 on the year, 5 RBIs, 2 runs and a stolen base. OPS at 641. That one outside, and it's 2-0.
Ryan Gargett with a much more desirable start this season as to oppose what he had last season.
That one fouled off right back at us, and it's 2-1. He had a unfortunate streak to start last year's season where he was looking for his first hit for a while. This year, different start. He has been solid at the plate for the Cannons and good defensively with the rocket of an arm that he has behind the plate.
Yeah, him and Colson would have essentially been splitting reps behind the plate.
That one's outside to make it 3-1 as Gargett will look to get on base here with 1 out.
Always a good time whenever I get here for games. Usually Gargett's up here in the booth.
That one in there to make it 3-2.
Always a good guy to have a conversation with whenever I come in.
Yeah, he's definitely, catchers are always big vibes guys, and he certainly is one of those. And one of the leaders on this team. 3-2 pitch on the outside edge. Gargett disagrees, but it's strike number 3 and 2 outs here in the second inning.
Gotta watch that conversation there as a guy who's behind the plate himself. You don't want to get those calls going away from your favor. Obviously, as a catcher, you have that little bit different of a relationship with the umpire when you're right in front of them the entire game and protecting them.
That'll bring in Andrew Bell. First pitch, same spot, and that's strike number 1.
Connor Graham just absolutely tattooing the paint of the plate in these last couple at-bats.
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 as Graham 1 pitch away from striking out the side.
Energy dance coming up at the end of the second in the bleachers behind the Cannons dugout.
Did not have a strikeout in the first inning, but in search of his third here in the second.
I don't believe, no, there was not a single strikeout up until this inning.
Check swing, did he go? He did not. And it is 1-2 now to Andrew Bell at the dish. Bell been a regular in the 9 spot for the Cannons. Batting .242. 10 runs scored and 6 steals. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and it is a strikeout the side kind of inning for Connor Graham. So 1-2-3 go the Cannons, swinging, looking, and swinging, and it's 1-0 still in favor of Purcellville as we head to the third.
Baseball fans, here.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Awesome.
Welcome you back into Purcellville. Third inning about to get underway. It'll be Tristan Kunik taking you for the next 2 on play-by-play.
Thank you, Lincoln. Gregory Quintana comes back to the mound for the Cannons. Gave up 2 hits thus far, but has not done anything since. A fielding error from Thomas Marsal in the last inning as well. Gave the Cardinals 3 total base runners, but they haven't been able to get anyone across. He's going to see the top of the lineup here in James Green, Danny Orr, and JoJo Montgomery to lead off the third inning. But was able to make work of them in their first appearance, and he'll look to do it again as the Cannons look to hold on to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third.
A good game for both pitchers so far. Quintana love to keep it going. He's been in control, apart from 2 base hits, but that's been it.
So James Green will come to the plate first. He had that first base hit to lead off the first, and he'll swing at the first pitch here and foul it to the Cannons dugout. And got taken down on a fielder's choice from a ball off the bat of JoJo Montgomery. Oh, 1 pitch is outside to Green. Take the count to 1-1.
Cannons pitching. We mentioned the offense a lot, but pitching been great as well. 4th in the Valley in ERA at 5.35. They're the only team with a shutout so far.
That one driven deep into right field. It's going back, and it's gone. James Green gets all of that one. Anthony Fernandez just has to watch that one go over the fence. Cardinals tie this one up at 1.
Yeah, Green looked like might have been sitting on breaking ball there. He got it, went down and got it. And just an absolute drive into right field. Never a doubt on that one. As you mentioned, Fernandez can do nothing but watch it go. And James Green has tied this thing up in 1 swing.
That'll bring up Danny Orr with a tie ball game now. Danny Orr sporting the classic no glove look. That one in there for strike 1. He fouled out to the catcher here, right down the third base line. Swinging at the first pitch in the last inning. He'll swing at the second pitch on this one, and McLeod can't field it cleanly or will make it to first safely. And the Cardinals get another base runner after that leadoff home run.
Yeah, unfortunately, second error for the Cannons defense so far tonight. They'll look to dial it in here for their pitcher, Quintana, on the mound, of course. Still just one runner on, just the one run in, but would have loved to have that out and look to get it here with Montgomery coming up.
JoJo Montgomery reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. That one popped foul, way out of play, so no one will really give chase except for those kids in the stands.
Left fielder number 1, JoJo Montgomery. Also, Cannons fans, be advised, McKenna, Christian, and Kevin are making their way around the crowd, selling 50-50 tickets. 50-50 for McKenna, Christian, or Kevin.
JoJo Montgomery out of Villanova. That one down low for ball one.
Montgomery, 6 foot 193. This past season at Villanova, great season, batted .328 with an .883 OPS. Went 13 for 14 stealing bases and had 19 RBIs.
They'll check over on Orr at first. He'll be back. Marsala will lay down the tag just to make sure, but in there safely was Orr. 1-1 count to Montgomery. I'll check on him again. Or again back in safely.
Actually, among qualified players on the 2026 Villanova Wildcats, JoJo Montgomery led the team in batting average at .328.
He'll watch that one catch the bottom part of the zone for strike 2. Quintana up ahead 1-2 here. I'll check over on Orr again. He's back in there safely again. One-two pitch outside. I'll run the count even at 2. Quintana with 8 strikeouts last time he pitched here at Fireman's Field. That one to Bell. Took a weird hop off the grass. Cannon's just not able to catch a break defensively as that one, another error. And Cardinals put up a run and now have 2 runners on base. Cannons just can't find that first out.
And this can be tough for a pitcher when you feel like you should have 2 and instead you have 0. But if you're Quintana, just got to settle in here, try and fight back for your defense. And trust that they'll make the next play. They had 3 errors so far, not ideal for the Cannons defense.
That one down to John, 1-0. John grounded out to second in his first at-bat. That one down below the knees again, 2-0 count.
Anyone interested in 50-50, McKenna, Christian, and Kevin are making their way around the crowd. Get your tickets from McKenna, Christian, and Kevin.
That one down and away. That'll run the count to 3 now. Gargette's going to go out and have a chat with Quintana, as you mentioned. A little bit of a struggle for a pitcher when you feel like you should have a couple outs and instead still have 0 up on the board. Kind of rattles you in the head a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, mentally feels, obviously we've said a couple times now, feels like you've got 2 instead, obviously 0. You got the runners on first and second, but still just a 1-1 game. Quintana more than talented enough to work his way out of this. Got to find the zone here.
Here comes pitching coach Chris Glaze. to come out and also have a conversation, as I'm sure they're going to talk a little bit how they're going to attack John here with 3-0 count. To follow him will be Nick Drombowski and Jackson Kehoe. We saw in his first appearance here against Charlottesville, gave up a couple of hits at the top of the first and came back out and struck out the side. So as you mentioned, he's got that talent to come back and put away some batters. But obviously, pitchers kind of big mental players.
This will be a good test for Quintana. See how he works back off the 2 errors. And of course, the second error, almost even more costly, as it likely would have been 2.
That one is in there, 3-1 count. John definitely keeping the bat on the shoulder the entire time there. That one swung on, grounded fair. It stays on the line. John with a big base hit there. Orr will round third. He'll come in. Montgomery will be held at third, as I think both runners were kind of looking to see if that was fair, but John laces one down the line. It stays fair, and Cardinals put another one up on the board.
Yeah, that one just a hair fair on that right side, and that's all you need to knock an RBI double and put your team in front if you're Sang-Woon John. It is an unearned run, but a run nonetheless.
Kevin are in the bleachers with 50-50 tickets.
So Cardinals will now lead 2-1 here in the top of the third. They're getting some movement up in the Cannons bullpen now. Montgomery moved over to third, or came in to score. That one swung on, line down into right field. That'll be another run, as they're going to hold John at third. Montgomery will come in for the Cardinals, and now they're up 3-1.
That's where they prove costly. Of course, those 2 errors been outs. It's second and third with just the 1 run in so far, but instead 3 runs in already in the inning, still nobody out. And runners on the corners. It's Quintana going to have to look to just work his way out of this any way possible.
Big inning for the Cardinals, still yet with an out.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 6, third baseman Jackson Kehoe.
Jackson Kehoe will come to the plate. He had a base hit his last at-bat. He's trying to pour a little bit more on with another runner 90 feet from the plate. That one way inside, able to get out of the way was Kehoe. 1-0 count. That one catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. High and out for ball 2. That'll run the count to 2-1. Kehoe playing third base tonight.
Once again, Cannons fans, fresh pizza has arrived.
Drew Quintana just got to get the out any way. I mentioned any way possible. Obviously, you'd love to see a ground ball. Might score a run, but could be 2.
That one fouled off just over the net into the stands. May have found its way over the stands a little bit.
Ideally, if you're Quintana, you are looking for that strikeout here. It would be his first of the game, but it'd be a huge help here to keep these runners where they are, at least for the time being.
I think also if Quintana's able to lock it in here, get an out here, kind of get his head back, as that one swung on and missed. There's that strikeout that you were talking about. Kehoe goes down swinging. think if he's able to get that first out that we were just talking about and maybe get out of this inning with best case scenario, no more damage, worst case scenario, you know, another run, maybe you can keep him in the game so that you can get a little bit more length out of him, try to stay out of your bullpen, as that one swung on and fouled down by Hendrik Torres.
That's the 53rd pitch of the evening for Quintana.
Keep in mind all these players from other colleges around the country. Lots of pitch counts and inning counts on a lot of these pitchers here. That one swung on and missed, strike two.
This will be another big out if you can pick it up.
No teams wanting to lose any of their big pitchers.
If I'm him, the breaking ball worked for me last time against Kehoe. I might go back to it here against Torres, righty-righty.
See what he does here. Goes back to the breaking ball, not able to get it in. Throw down on the steal is in time. Drombowski getting hosed down by Gargett at second. Good play by Bell, sliding in at second to get it and lay down the tag.
Yeah, pitch I suppose just missed inside, but heck of a throw from Gargett, an enormous out created by Gargett behind the plate. We talked about the cannon of an arm he's got while he was at the plate. There he is behind the plate, putting it on display.
1-2 count. That one reached on, swung on, and missed. Quintana, after getting out of a little bit of trouble from some defensive errors, able to get out of it with a couple consecutive strikeouts. Cardinals with a big inning. They lead 3-1 going to the bottom of the third here at Fireman's Field.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
To you, and it's just
The Purcellville Cannons.
Hello and welcome back to Purcellville here at Fireman's Field. Connor Graham returns to the mound for the Cardinals. He has pitched very well thus far. He did give up a run in the first and a couple hits, but struck out the side in the second and has kind of dialed in. He has rested for a good bit after that big inning from the Cardinals. So Cannons will try to take advantage of that as he's had that arm resting for it was probably a good 20-30 minutes that he was sitting there in the dugout, and Cannons will look to take advantage of that.
Yeah, not always easy. Obviously, as a pitcher, you want your offense to score as many runs as possible, but not always easy to sit down for a while, especially when you're coming off striking out the side like he was, or like he is right now. A dangerous top of the order for Purcellville, and the Cannons going to need them to deliver as they work to fight back and do at least a tie. Trailing 2 runs now.
So as the Cardinals had at the top of the last half inning, Cannons will come back with the top of their order. That one in the dirt to Seth Williams, who flew out in his first at-bat. Cardinals lead 3-1. That one grounded over towards first. Hard play for John. He'll get the throw back way high. No one there to back it up, but Seth Williams will stay at first. So a leadoff base runner for the Cannons. I believe that will go down as a throwing error on Sangwoon John.
Put your hands together.
But Cannon's looking to, as you mentioned, try to tie this game back up.
Will go down as an error on John, but Cannons will take base runners any way they can get him. Williams, we mentioned a threat to steal, third in the Valley in steal so far. He'd love to push that number up one here and give his team a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
They're going to check on him immediately to make sure he doesn't. He'll get back in time. That one in there for strike one. Last time they were here, he had 3 stolen bases, 2 of them coming on Connor Graham, so he is very familiar with Seth Williams willing to try to take a bag. That one outside, ball 1. Shin Inoue on his last time up, came up, had a base hit, stole a base, and came around to score. 1-1 count. They'll check on Williams again. He'll get back. Seth Williams getting that uniform plenty dirty early in this one.
Nothing new for him. It's checked on a lot.
That one outside, ball 2. Typically what happens when you're third in the league in in stolen bases, excuse me.
Can't say I blame him for checking on him. He's got wheels over there.
That one swung on, grounded over towards second. Could be 2. They do get the throw over to get Seth Williams out at second from Monaco. But Inoue in safely on a fielder's choice.
It's a tough duo to turn a double play on. Williams and Inoue smartly just holds the throw at second.
A lot of speed. Maybe we'll see Inoue going again. Went on the first pitch at his last at bat.
I reckon they might check on him, as they did
His
with
uniform's
Williams.
still completely clean so far. That one high and out for ball 1. Thomas Marsala flew out, deep out over there into left field, but moved the runner over. They will check on Inoue. He'll be in standing. Inoue doesn't take too big of a lead.
Hasn't seemed to need one. He's got a great jump, great feel.
That one high, but catches the zone for strike 1. I'll check on Inoue again. He'll be in standing again. That's why he doesn't get that uniform dirty.
I was going to say, 1 steal, 2 checks, and he's yet to hit the dirt.
That one outside, ball 2.
Remember, Cannons fans, that's McKenna, Christian, and Kevin in the stands for 50-50 tickets. See them for 50-50.
That one popped up high in the middle infield, right behind second base. Monaco will make the catch. Marsala popping out again. And Cannons have 2 outs here with Anthony Fernandez coming to the plate.
Now batting for the Cannons.
Fernandez drove in the Cannons 1 run
Number 46.
so far tonight.
Fernandez.
He's going to need a little more than a base hit to drive this one in, but he's certainly capable of that. Was an MVP candidate here in the Valley last season.
Inoue taking a hefty lead, but they don't check on him. Ball is in there for a strike for Fernandez. Count is 0-1. They're going to check over on Inoue again as he was dancing around. Step off makes everything even, so we'll stay at 0-1. Inoue will stay at first. Inoue dancing again. That one fouled off. They actually say it'll hit the plate, so Inouye will get over to second on a wild pitch.
Now, the base hit actually may score Inouye from second, especially with the speed he's got.
Correct. 0-2 count to Anthony Fernandez. Swing at that one. He'll ground it in the gap between first and second. Inouye is hauling towards home. He'll get in there safely. No throw from John. Anthony Fernandez with his second RBI of the game. Coincidentally, Inouye scoring both of his runs on those RBIs.
Yeah, it's going to be a painful wild pitch to look back on if you're Connor Graham. It did get the swing and miss, but it winds up plating a run. As Inouye was certainly not coming all the way around from first on that hit, but he is from second. And you mentioned second RBI of the night for Fernandez. And it's back within one.
So that'll bring up Jotniel McLeod as Fernandez goes. Throw down, not on line, so Anthony Fernandez will be in there cleanly, doing their little motorcycle celebration, as you typically see from these Cannons runners when they steal some bags.
Jasmine with campfires.
Jotniel McLeod, a new Cannon from Amarillo College. That one high for ball 2. This past season, played 55 games. Batted .423 with Amarillo. 12 home runs, 40 RBIs, 15 doubles. That one he holds at. Catch the outside part of the plate, though, for strike 1. He had 27 stolen bases as well. Out of Puerto Rico, freshman. And they'll go back, check on Fernandez again. He'll be back in time. Fernandez fakes going again. That one high, 3-1 count. Seeing a lot of dancing from the Cannons runners here.
Fernandez looks like he might be working into Graham's head on the mound just a little bit with all the dancing over there at second. With 2 outs, though, if I'm Graham, I'm forgetting about the runner. Just focus on the guy at the plate.
That one outside part of the plate. McLeod wanted that walk. Doesn't get it. That'll run the count full. Full count, 2 outs. Anthony Fernandez will be off on the pitch. There he goes. McLeod will foul that one off. So Fernandez will work that cardio in a little bit for today as he takes a jog back to second, and he'll do it all over again as we see another payoff pitch.
McLeod singled in his first at bat. Love another one here. Give the Cannons a chance to maybe tie this up if Fernandez can round.
And with him going at the pitch, he should be. He actually doesn't go there. That one lined out deep to right. It's going back. On it is Orr. He'll make the catch right before the warning track. Cannons still put one up on the board with an RBI from Anthony Fernandez. Cardinals lead 3-2 as we go to the top of the 4th here at Fireman's Field.
I got some friends here with me.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping, LLC. Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons Baseball.
Hello and welcome back to Purcellville. We do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Cannons, so we were talking as though we might have been able to see Quintana again if he was able to get out of that, but his night is done. We're going to see Matt Bobson out of Mary Washington University. Matt Bobson has made a couple appearances this season. As I am grabbing his stats on the season so far. Cardinals lead here 3-2 in the top of the third. Had a big inning in the last top inning with a couple defensive errors. Matt Bobson, the freshman, 5.06 ERA, 1-0, but only 5.1 innings pitched. Has been one of their better relievers as he's finishing up his warm-up pitches. He has an opponent a batting average of .211, as I mentioned, the 5.06 ERA, but only 5 innings pitched. 8 strikeouts on the season to 6 walks, 4 runs given up, 3 of them earned. He is going to see Ty Mercado, Luke Monaco, and James Green here in the 4th. That one, first pitch high, 1-0 to Mercado, who lined out to left field in his last at-bat. That one on the outside part of the plate for strike one. We're on the count even at 1-1.
Extend our appreciation for your patience as we're dealing with about double the crowd of anticipated tonight.
That one popped up foul. Marsali gave it a look, but just kept on tailing and goes way foul. Matt Bobson's last outing was this past Saturday in a win against the Newmarket Rebels. In that outing, as that one hits him, we've seen a little bit of a struggle with VBL pitchers as a whole this season with hitting batters. He's going to put the first one on with a hit batter here. Ty Mercado will walk down to first.
And now what you want in the leadoff spot if you're the Cannons on the mound, but still no damage. You can work your way out of this, and that's what Bobson will look to do. He's been a pretty reliable arm for the Cannons so far this year. We've seen plenty of them.
Seen 5 outings from him. We saw 2.1 innings from him in a 12-9 win against Winchester in the second game of the season. That one's high to Luke Monaco. His last outing was only 0.1 inning. Came in just to get 1 out. Did it and got out in a 6-2 win against Newmarket. That one in there for strike one. Field is all but covered by shadows now. Still a little bit down along the third baseline and left field, but not too much. 1-1 count. Mercado dancing a little over on first. And that one outside for ball 2. A little long hold from Gargett and a little bit of a long pause from Bobson after he threw that pitch. He'll step off, rethink what he was going to throw. He'll check over on Mercado. They laid on the tag, but not in time. He'll be back in safe. 2-1 count to Monaco.
Final line for Gregory Quintana. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. He is unfortunately on the hook for the loss.
That one lined out into the gap between right and center. Williams would get there. Mercado was already off before the pitch, so he's able to round second again to third standing. Luke Monaco with a base hit for the Cardinals, and they're up again with Cardinals on the corners and no outs.
Yeah, Cardinals offense that has had some struggles so far this year, not having any so far tonight. That's their 6th hit of the ball game.
Cardinal fans as well.
And once again, a threat to score with nobody out here in the third or fourth.
And not the guy you want to see coming to the plate when you are in this situation. James Green, 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a home run. Blasted that baseball into right field in the last inning to give the Cardinals their first run and kind of got them going. That one outside for ball 1.
That is 0-0. Christian Hubbard from the University of Arkansas at Monticello.
One-0 pitch to Green. That one high and outside. Ball 2. Cannons again do have some movement in the bullpen. Looks like maybe Soda Inden making a return. They'll go check over on Monaco, and he'll be back in safe. Marsala doesn't even look to apply the tag. Monaco not taking too big of a lead. That one just catches the top of the strike zone for strike 1. That one swung on, grounded over to first. Marsala will look down third and will just airmail it over. Shin Inouye at second. I think he just got in his head with looking to throw over to third and keep Mercado on. Instead, he'll airmail it. Mercado will come home to score either way, and Cardinals just getting break after break here. Cannon's defense just struggling to keep things in check here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, the run scores on the E3, and then obviously James Green and Luke Monaco will take first and second respectively. Just an unfortunate break for the Cannons once again. Error number 4.
They'll show bunt here from Danny Orr. I'll say he'll foul it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Purcellville Cannons would also like
so no movement from the runners.
2026.
Danny Orr tonight is 0 for 2, but he did get on to come around and score off an error in the 3rd.
15 wins and 0 losses. Congratulations, Bulldogs.
That one checked, but gets away from Gargett. All runners are going to move an extra base. Cannon's just struggling to keep things from getting out of hand here.
The unfortunate part about this sequence is the Cannons only trailed 1 run coming into this inning. It's now 2. Still nobody out, 2 runners in scoring position now.
That one swung on, popped up into center. Williams comes in for it. Runners are back and set to tag. He's going to make the throw into home. It's there in time, but not able to make down the tag with the way the throw is on is Gargett. So Cardinals will add another run with Luke Monaco tagging from third. James Green stays at second though.
Successful at bat for Orr. He gets the RBI on the sacrifice fly.
Beautiful throw by Williams, just not on the right line as Gargett isn't able to make the catch and get the tag down in time. James Green was held at second as Bobson will step off to check on him. Jojo Montgomery's at the plate. He's reached twice. Once on a fielder's choice, once on an error. Cardinals lead 3. Green fakes going. Swing and a miss from Montgomery. 0-1 count. That one outside, 1-1.
The Cannons now just got to try and keep this thing at 3. The offense can certainly make up that gap. But it's got to stay where it is.
Green fakes the steal again. Good block by Gargett, 2-1 count. That one fouled off. Up and over the stands down the right field line.
Now a big pitch going to be on the way from Bobson. 2-2 count. We saw Quintana with some big strikeouts in the 3rd to keep that where it was. It's Bobson's turn to try and find that pitch, make this 2 outs.
A strikeout here for Bobson would be huge. And he gets it. They'll throw back to second. And they get the tag in time. An absolutely beautiful play as Bobson gets the strikeout on the breaking ball. Gargett makes the beautiful throw down as James Green took a couple too many hops towards 3rd. They tag him on the back pick. Cardinals still put up 2, and they lead 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Clinic begins next Monday, June 22nd at 9.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Hello and welcome back to Purcellville. Excuse me. We are looking at a 5-2 Cardinals lead here in the bottom of the 4th. One thing the Cannons can look forward to is they have had their bats working for them as they have gone on a 9-1 streak in their last 10, as you mentioned. They started out 1-2 on the season. They are now 10-3. They are leading the North Division, as Purcellville is the most North team in the VBL. We see Logan Newcomb come to the plate, who had a hard hit ball out to left, but Montgomery was able to track it down. To follow him will be Patrick Lyons and Ryan Gargett. Andrew Bell to wrap it up in the 9 spot if they get there. Cannons looking to put some runs on the board here. That one high. 1-0. Connor Graham does return for another inning of work. That one swung on, popped foul behind us. Connor Graham had yet another long inning, long break there. Although I'm sure he's not too upset about it, because obviously long breaks means your team's scoring. That one swung on, foul tipped in the dirt again. 1-2 count.
Hey, when you next order, can you order the press box extra large pepperoni?
Newcomb's certainly capable of getting something started, but a 1-2 count he's got to protect here.
That one outside, 2-2.
Actually saw Newcomb launch one out of here last time here at Fireman's Field. It was a rocket to left that led off the 4th inning.
Cannons wouldn't mind one here, as that one will run the count full. So that was outside.
Well, if I don't, no, I mean, if there's some way to get it with the next pizza world, that's great. Okay.
That one popped out to center. Could be trouble falling in that Bermuda Triangle. James Green makes the catch. Comes in with a diving catch to keep the Cannons off the bags here in the 4th.
Yeah, just an incredible play from Green. Full extension and a big first out, as that could have been leadoff base hit. Instead, it's 1 out to start this frame.
Number 4, Patrick Lyons.
So that'll bring up Patrick Lyons. Struck out in his last at bat. That one low and in.
And he is an Air
Ball
Force
one.
Falcon.
That one low, ball 2. That one grounded over towards second. Monaco's there. Rough time fielding it, makes the throw, not able to get to it is John. Monaco just not able to hold on to that one. Lions will reach on an error for Monaco.
That is the 6th error of this game between these two teams. 2 for the Cardinals, 4 for the Cannons. We are only in the 4th inning.
Cannons will take base runners any way they can get them. Ryan Gargett coming to the plate now. They'll check on Lyons over at first. He'll be back in time. Errors have been where we've seen the Cardinals do their damage. So that one swung on and missed from Gargett.
The Cardinals have done a good job taking advantage of the defensive mishaps. So they've scored 4 unearned runs to this point.
That one low and away, ball 1. Lions fakes going. It'll be grounded over towards third. Tough play from Kehoe. He'll glove it over to second in time, but not enough time for them to get to the throw over. Second out for the Cannons. Andrew Bell coming to the plate.
Yeah, that was a pretty glove flip from Jackson Kehoe. Typically you see those from like right behind the bag, you know, a couple, maybe a foot or 2 away. He did that one from about shortstop, so impressive throw with no hand for Jackson Kehoe.
And it came out of the glove very cleanly. That one catches the top outside part of the zone for strike 1. Andrew Bell struck out in his last at-bat. That one swung on and missed. Strike 2. Andrew Bell had 2 hits in the last outing against Newmarket. That one grounded over towards short. Mercado's there. He'll make the short flip to Monaco, and that will retire the side. Cannons not able to get any offense going off of the air. Cardinals lead 5-2 as they look to keep on adding more as we go to the 5th inning.
Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Hello and welcome back to Fireman's Field as we see the big kahuna as he overtook the human cannon in the last game. Now taking over as the human cannon and the big kahuna himself winning that race. As we come to the 5th here, I am going to pass it back over to my partner Lincoln Burkholder to take you the next 2 innings on play-by-play.
Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, how about the big kahuna? 2-0. The human cannon had a rough start to the year at 1-2, and he's since had his job snatched by the big kahuna. Fan favorite here. Big kahuna was signing autographs post-game on, I believe it was the last game here, so that would have been Saturday night.
That's where to get some notoriety.
Due up for Front Royal, 5-2 lead as we head to the 5th inning. It's Sang-Woon John first, Nick Dromboski second, and Jackson Kehoe in the hole. First pitch from Bobson in there for strike 1 as he gets set for his 2nd inning of work. Allowed 2 runs last inning, neither of them were earned, so just 1 hit against him and 1 error occurring while he was on the field. He did not commit the error. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed, and now 0-2 to start John.
Absolute beautiful play from the defense on to end that inning with the strikeout throwout to end the inning as Green got back picked from Ryan Gargett.
Yeah, we talk about his arm a lot as that one misses to make it 1-2. As I was saying, we talk about his arm a lot. He's really, and I mean really, showing it off tonight. He's caught a guy stealing and now, I guess technically caught a guy stealing, but back pick is how I wrote it in the book. Just an absolute rocket to second and a great tag too from Bell. That one grounded to second. Here's Bell, pick it up, throw on to first, and 1 away to start the 5th inning.
There's a Blue Devil.
I think that was good for the Cannons defense there to get that out of the way. We've seen some jitters so far tonight as Bell himself has a fielding error. We've seen a couple fielding errors, one from McLeod over at 3rd. Airmailed throw from Marsala. We have 4 on the board up here on the scoreboard. So to get a routine ground ball there on a hard hit ball, but routine ground ball and get it up and out of the way. Good for the Cannons to get that first out of the way.
Certainly, and that one's in there for strike 1 to the new hitter, Nick Dromboski. He is 1 for 2 so far tonight. Had a base hit back in the 3rd before he was caught stealing, trying to take second.
Worth noting that both of the last 2 innings where the Cardinals got some motion.
So that one is in there to make it 0-2.
Both of the last innings where the Cardinals had some motion on the base paths. They had the first runner on or scoring with a home run.
The 0-2 misses upstairs, and we move to 1-2 to Dromboski.
This one, they do not get anyone on the first at-bat.
So now 1-2. Bobson set on the mound. Pitch is on the way. Breaking ball in there, strike 3 called, and there's 2 away here in the 5th on the strikeout looking from Matt Bobson.
It's been the quickest working inning we've seen for the Cannons defense. That was an absolutely nasty curveball that just broke from the top of the zone right down the middle, and not much you can do if you're Trombowski there. Is just dropped right in there.
Yeah, that one found exactly where Bobson was trying to put it. Here's the first pitch on the way to Kehoe, skips in the dirt and gets passed for ball 1. One 0 low and away, and now 2-0 to Kehoe at the plate.
Kehoe with a base hit and a strikeout. Trying to keep this inning alive for the Cardinals.
Here's the 2-0. Low and away again, and now it's 3-0. I mentioned the Cardinals currently last in the North, but they are, while they're 5.5 games back of the Cannons, not far from moving up the standings quite a bit. They're just 2 games behind the 3rd place 6-6 Strasburg Express. So a win here would go a long way for them as they try and work their way back towards the middle of the standings. The 3-0 in there down the middle for strike 1, and it's 3-1. Little update from around the valley. Woodstock on the road at Culpeper. They trail 6-5 in the top of the 6th. Strasburg and Waynesboro tied in the top of the 6th at 3 apiece. Here's the 3-1 from Bobson, low and away, and it'll be a 2-out walk for Jackson Kehoe. Obviously here, Front Royal leading Purcellville 5-2 in the 5th. Harrisonburg leading Charlottesville at home 3-2 in the 5th. Winchester on top of Newmarket 3-1 in the 4th, and Covington and Stanton still scoreless in the bottom of the 5th down in Stanton. So lots of good games tonight in the Valley. No real blowouts. This is actually, here at Fireman's Field, the largest gap between any team. That'll bring in Hendrick Torres. His 3rd plate appearance of the night. Reached on an error in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 3rd as they'll check on Kehoe over at first. He's back safely.
A lot is close games. I mean, not often we've seen low-scoring games. Pitching down this season in the VBL, the top team with a 4.45 ERA.
As that one misses to make it 1-0.
As you mentioned earlier, Cannon's 4th with a 5.35 ERA. Not often you see that, where you see an ERA over 5 for a team having good pitching.
(1-0) in there to make it 1-1. Last time I was here, I gave an update on the World Cup. Why not do it again? England wins 4-2 over Croatia. Stunning draw from the Democratic Republic of the Congo as they tie 1-1 with Portugal.
Can you lead off talking about a draw with the adjective of stunning?
Yeah, you actually can. That one fouled off to make it 1-2. Portugal, top 2, I believe, in odds to win the World Cup. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, on the other hand, not projected to make it out of the group stage. So similar to the draw between, I believe it was Cabo Verde and Spain earlier this week.
So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're from the Washington area, correct?
Yes.
So I don't know if you've heard about the Rocky statue curse.
I have not.
I'm sure if you saw, I believe it was when the Eagles won their first Super Bowl, Patriots fans dressed up Rocky in Patriots gear and they lost the Super Bowl. And now anytime, or it was the Vikings fans did it.
Well, they're super cursed over in Minnesota. That one misses to make it 2-2. The Vikings have had some heartbreakers, at least in my lifetime.
They dressed up Rocky in Vikings gear and got blown out in the NFC Championship, and that birthed the Rocky curse. Ecuador was playing Ivory Coast in Philadelphia, put a bunch of Ecuador gear on Rocky and lost to Ivory Coast 1-0 in the 90th minute.
So it stays alive is what I'm hearing. That one fouled off. Good play over at first by the Front Royal coach.
I believe the Rocky curse is 5-0, 6-0.
Remind me if I'm ever coaching a professional sports team to never defame the Rocky statue in Philadelphia. That sounds like a bad idea. Hopefully neither Ghana nor Panama did, as it's currently 0-0 the 73rd minute. 2-2 outside, and now a full count to Hendrik Torres at the plate. Of course, it would be tough for either of these teams to have messed with that statue as they're playing in Toronto, but
Is cool having the World Cup in North America. Have you heard about some of the rules they had to do in order to get the World Cup over here? Obviously, all the turf fields had to get turned to grass, and
I didn't hear about the turf fields. I know the hydration breaks are in place. Full count pitch misses high, and ducking out of the way is Torres, as it'll be a walk and not a hit by pitch. First and second, 2 outs as Ty Mercado steps in. But
yeah, FIFA is very picky about their fields, and in Europe, all the fields they play on are grass. Obviously, here in America, we have a lot of turf fields. The fields we see being played on, SoFi in LA, that one was turf. I believe the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta was turf. There's another one that's coming to mind, but when they were doing the Club World Cup last year at MetLife, I believe they had to change their field to grass. So FIFA was very picky, and in order for us to get the World Cup in America, all of our fields had to be turned to grass.
Interesting fact, I did not know that. With that, Matt Bobson, after 2 walks with 2 outs, will exit the game. There's a new pitcher coming in, and we'll tell you all about him when we come back from a short break.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons Baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons Baseball.
Welcome you back into Purcellville. New pitcher on the mound is Soda Inden for the Cannons. I'll have Tristan tell you all about him.
Soda Inden, a returning Cannon. We have seen him the past couple seasons. Last season started out the year with the Cannons before he kind of got pulled away. We see that a lot with pitching here in the VBL. It's not often you see pitchers hanging around too much because these colleges don't want to see those arms go down with the way players are pitching now. Soda Inden this season has 2 appearances, 2.2 innings pitched, a 6.75 ERA. Obviously, can't take too much of that with the limited inning count. This season, he's, as I mentioned, the 2 appearances. His first appearance, he went 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 strikeout, and in his second appearance on June 5th, he came in for 1.2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He's coming in as there's 2 outs. Bobson put 2 on with 2 walks and just trying to get out of this as the Cannons are looking to stop the bleeding from the past couple innings. And this is the first little bit of hold we've seen from the Cannons defense in the past couple innings.
Yeah, Inden, big spot here. Bobson's line as it stands, 1.2, 1 hit, 2 runs, neither of them earned. 2 walks, 2 Ks, a hit by pitch, and a wild pitch, but he is responsible for both on base. That one fouled off behind the plate, and it's 0-1 to the shortstop, Ty Mercado. So Inden looking to keep this at just a 3-run deficit as we move towards, or as we sit in the middle half of this game. That one fouled off behind the plate as well, and quickly 0-2. So an 0-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 3 called. How about that from Soda Inden? Comes in and slams the door in 3 pitches. And it remains a 5-2 Front Royal lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Welcome you back into Fireman's Field here. 5-2 Front Royal lead as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. Connor Graham still on the mound. It's been a very effective first 4 innings for him. He's allowed just 4 hits and just the 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. And apart from that, he's controlled the zone very well. No walks to this point. Handful of strikeouts, all 3 of them coming in that 2nd inning where he struck out the side. Due up for the Cannons, though, the top of the order in Seth Williams, Shin Inoue, and Thomas Marsala. First, Seth Williams from WVU. Unfortunately, the Mountaineers took a tough loss today in the College World Series. And that swung on and missed for strike 1 as UNC punches their ticket to the finals. As this game's being called, the other ticket to the finals looking to be punched. That one grounded up the middle, picked up by the second baseman Monaco, throw on to first in time, and 1 away on the 4-3 ground out here to start the 5th.
Fortunately, haven't been able to pay too much attention to College World Series.
It is underway right now between Georgia and Oklahoma. Georgia would have to beat Oklahoma twice in order to advance. If I'm not mistaken, I believe, unless it's changed, Oklahoma was up the last time I checked. Oklahoma took care of my Alabama Crimson Tide 9-0 when we played them. That one driven out into right center, and a base knock for Shin Inoue. Could be 2. He's going to round and try. The throw, he will not try, as a good throw into second will send him back to first. And a 1-out single for Inoue, his 2nd hit of the night.
Good piece of hitting, even better piece of defensive work from Orez. He got that ball back in fairly quickly, and more than accurate throw, was able to get into Mercado and keep Inden at second. He was hauling out of the box.
It is currently 4-0 Oklahoma in the 5th. They'll check over at first, Inoue back safely.
Don't mean to go back to this, but just 2 more interesting things. FIFA, you're a big football guy, correct?
I have been really picking it up as the World Cup goes on, as that one misses to make it 1-0 to Thomas Marsala at the plate.
Have you seen the thing about CeeDee Lamb complaining about the sun coming through the windows at the Cowboys Stadium?
I have seen that. It's a common issue for the Cowboys.
So, FIFA.
That one's low. Shin Inoue trying to take another bag, and he does. That's into center. Shin Inoue going to take another bag, and he goes all the way to third on the air from the catcher on the throw. So 1 stolen base, and then an E2, and Inoue on third now with 1 out.
So in order for FIFA to allow us to have the World Cup, they required the Cowboys to put curtains up so that they could see and the goalies wouldn't be blinded.
Maybe they should keep them up.
That's what CeeDee Lamb wants, and Jerry Jones is like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think having your offense play into the blinding sun is not the smartest tactic, but that one in there for strike one. It's 2-1 to Marsala, but hey, what do I know? I'm not an NFL owner or head coach.
Especially because the Cowboys typically get in those 4:30 slots. That's 3:30 over in Dallas, 2:30, 3:30. Like, that's when the sun's kind of in that prime spot.
Swung on and missed. A nasty breaker from Graham makes it 2-2. If you're Marsala, all you're looking to do here, put one in play so that Shinanoe can scamper home, hopefully.
Just thought that was an interesting fact to pick up.
Yeah, FIFA making all sorts of changes. 2-2 pitch, lined out into center. Will it get down? It will not. Green makes the grab. Inoue will stop. He will not try. And it's a line out for out number 2 as they hold Inoue at third.
Couple of really good defensive outfielder plays is while they're not going to go down on the score sheet, these quick throws in is a reason Shin Inoue is not crossed the plate already. As Cannon's just trying to put another run up on the board and try to close that gap a little bit more.
And here comes creator of the first 2 runs. Shin Inoue has scored both times. Anthony Fernandez has come to the plate. He'd love to make it 3.
Starting to see a pattern here.
Here's the first pitch to Fernandez. He was trying to make it 2 runs. Swung on and missed, though, to make it 0-1.
I think his cleats are still in the box as he backed out with how hard he swung at that one.
That was a hefty hack from a guy that can certainly do damage. They will check over on Inoue as he was a little bit down that third base line. No throw over, though. So 2 gone and a runner on third. And 0-1 and now 0-2 to Fernandez as that one finds the zone.
We'll say another reason it's hard for me to latch onto that College World Series is typically because my Penn State team is terrible.
Yeah, Alabama furthest we've ever made it this season, so I was pretty locked in. That one, good pitch from Graham, and that's going to do it. Strike number 3 to Fernandez. And the bottom of the 5th comes to a close with Inoue on third. So Cannon's 1 hit, and they leave him on base. It's still 5-2 Cardinals as we head to inning number 6.
For another game, we are doing the wheel.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Welcome you back in. Top of the 6th here at Fireman's Field. Front Royal Cardinals 5, Purcellville Cannons 2. As Soda Inden retakes the mound after a 3-pitch closeout of the 5th inning. Bobson's final line is, as I said last inning, just the 2 runs, neither of them earned. As Inden able to strand both of the runners he walked on base.
As I mentioned, Soda Inden, a long-time returning Cannon in 2023, was 1-0. Only had 8.1 innings pitched.
That one misses to make it 1-0.
So he had a 7.56 ERA as they go out and have a conversation with Inden. Gave up 7 runs, all of them earned, and walked 4. Struck out 5. His following season, though, came in. He was 0-2, but pitched to a 2.86 ERA in 22 innings. He was a starter for the most part last season. And struck out 14, walked 9. Went to Texas A&M International, where he made 13 appearances, had a 9 ERA in 16 innings pitched.
1-0 is inside to make it 2-0.
Walked 11, struck out 15 there. And we mentioned what he's done this season as he's trying to get back into that groove.
Yeah, he was a very reliable arm last year. That one in there to strike 1. It's 2-1 now to Luke Monaco, the leadoff man for Front Royal this inning. He'll be followed by James Green and Danny Orr, the top of the order.
One of the pitchers that just got taken away a little too quickly for the Cannons last year is they went on that.
That one's inside, 3-1.
Went on that semifinal run where they lost to the Express by 1, which, if I recall correctly, I was watching that. I believe that was a go-ahead run by the Express in top of the 9th.
I believe you're right.
Bottom of the 8th.
3-1 upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk to Luke Monaco.
All those games, single elimination, except for the championship, which is the best of 3. And with the way the season went, because so many of the games got rained out, there were so many games that got rained out that a lot of the players from, well, both teams, but a lot of the players were not able to stick around because they had to go back to school, and a lot of the pitchers on pitch counts and getting a little too close, so rough end of the season there.
Yeah, first pitch to Green outside for ball 1. That is just sort of the way it goes in the Valley. It's never who has the best team at the start of the year. It's always who could hold on to the most talent as the year progresses and stay cohesive. The 1-0 swung on, grounded to first, and that is through off of the glove of Marsala. And on to third goes Monaco, and we will wait on the ruling. It will be a hit for James Green, his third of the day.
Just a hard hit ball there that squeezes past Marsala.
Now batting for the Cardinals, right fielder, number 34.
Marsala was definitely going at that one, thinking about 2. Instead, not even able to get 1 down.
So once again, an unfortunate missed opportunity. And it's first and third with nobody out for Danny Orr, who is 0 for 3 tonight, or 0 for 2 tonight. He had a sac fly his last time up, in a spot where another sac fly would play for him here. That one popped up foul behind the plate and out of play onto the roof above our heads.
Once again, happy birthday,
This is,
Chris Tremper.
I believe, the largest crowd I've ever seen at a Purcellville Cannons game. This is kind of crazy. They've been running low on food in the concession stand with how many people have showed up today. It's a heck of a crowd. That one flied out into deep right center field, back on it, and making the catch is the right fielder Fernandez. Throw in to second, and the run will score on the tag. So second sac fly in a row for Danny Orr, this one to right, and it's 6-2 Front Royal here in the 6th.
Yeah, Danny Orr just doing what he needs to. A couple of sac flies. Cardinals can still just working at that get on and move, and that's what's been working for them. They bring in another run and take a 4-run lead. It'll be interesting, though. They had 3 or 4 run lead last time they were here, and Cannons were able to slowly work their way back before they blew up in about the 7th inning.
They check on Green over at first. He's back safely. It's certainly not an insurmountable lead. This Cannons offense, I've seen them score more than 4 runs in an inning this year, let alone they've got 4 to work with. But they got to get out of this one first. Man on first, 1 away now. And that one fouled off to make it 0-1 to JoJo Montgomery at the plate.
I think a big play on it will be what the Cardinals do coming back here at the bottom of the 6th. Last time Connor Graham was pitching a pretty good game, and they took him out after 5, and then that's where things came unstrung for the Cardinals, and the Cannons just started putting balls in play and ended up winning 15-5.
That one gets Montgomery on the arm.
It was a special night when we saw
And it's now first and second with one away after the hit by pitch.
Why? We want to take a moment to
So Cardinals going to try to, I think they're going to probably try to see if Hunter Graham will go another inning. They do have movement in the bullpen, but with the way he worked the last inning, I'm sure they'll see if he can go another and try to stay away from the bullpen as long as possible.
Yeah, we mentioned Indon typically a starter, so definitely able to provide some length, but it's going to depend on how the rest of this inning plays out for sure. Sang-Woon John at the plate, first pitch up high, and it's 1-0. There is no action in the Cannons bullpen as it stands. Actually, I think I might see one person roaming around out there, but no real throwing going on. 1-0 to John. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul left side. That one looks like it's going to get out of play, and it will.
Oh, it dropped right in front of a kid for a free Freezy Pop. Or a souvenir, it looks like. So he just pops a squat back on a bench.
We do encourage bringing foul balls back and getting the Freezy Pop, but I can't say I blame anybody for holding on to it. As a kid, any baseball you can pick up from a game with collegiate athletes is a great souvenir to have. I actually still have a Valley League souvenir from when I was a kid. That one driven out into right center, and you can kiss that one goodbye. 3-run shot from Sang-Woon John, and the Cannons in a hole now as it's 9-2 here in the 6th.
Yeah, that one just absolutely belted. You knew it as soon as it came off the bat. Got all of that one. Went over that 340 wall, but there was no chance that was staying in the park as that one was just blistered.
Yeah, just a purebred launch homer from Sang-Woon John. You couldn't have hit that thing any better. And it's 9-2. As now the Cannons in a much deeper hole. That'll bring in Nick Dromboski.
Now
it's in there for strike one.
This is where Jeremy and I started talking about this in the last game after 7. There is a 10-run rule to help alleviate some pitching for these teams.
0-1 outside to make it 1-1. I actually hadn't thought about that. The Cannons have, not been in many close to 10-run holes so far this season, let alone here at home. They're 6-1 here, but they are close to it at the moment. Just 3 runs away, Front Royal is, from hitting that number. And that one's in there to make it 1-2 as Indon looks to recover and get this second out.
And, in baseball that happens. It's sometimes you just don't have your night. Cannons just haven't had their night so far.
That's low and away, and now 2-2 to Dromboski at the plate. He's 1 for 3 so far today, base hit and an RBI back in the 3rd.
Cardinals have had their night.
That indeed. This offense, as I mentioned, the struggles leading into the game, not an ounce of struggle tonight. 9 runs in 5.1 innings of play. That one popped up foul. Gargett and McLeod hustling towards it, but it's into the bleachers and out of play.
Cardinals just looking for a break from really the beginning of last season. If you remember, I think they started out 11-1 last year and then just fell apart. I think they only finished the season last year with 15 wins after starting 11-1.
Kind of forgot how hot they were to start the year last year, but you're right. It was, and then I believe it was like a 10-game losing streak afterwards. That one fouled off again. It remains 2-2, but that's how quick things can change in the Valley. It can start poorly, it can start hot, and it can flip on a dime in an instant as rosters shift, as players leave, and so on and so forth. It's who can bear the test of attrition the best, and the Cannons have been a great start to the season. looking to keep that going. That one low, and now it's 3-2. Obviously, tonight has not been their night so far, but obviously 10-3 coming into it, still in a great spot. Even if they were to not complete the comeback this evening.
2 games ahead of Newmarket in the division, a half game ahead of Leavitz.
That one laced into right and all the way down to the wall in the corner. Fernandez will pick it up and throw in. Absolute launch to second, and he is safe, but my, what a throw from Fernandez all the way from the wall. Made that a bang-bang play, but Dromboski in there with a double.
Fernandez does have an absolute cannon in right. We saw it a couple times last year. Huge help getting him back defensively. But as you mentioned, that one was definitely an interesting one over at second. Believe if, in a way, didn't have to reach across his body to grab that one, may have been a little bit closer. Trombowski able to get his foot in there in time.
First pitch to Jackson Kehoe in there for strike one. Kehoe's 1 for 2 on the night, base hit and a walk. Struck out swinging in his other at-bat. A 1 driven out into center, and Williams going to range over and make the catch. He will throw in all the way to third, and another close play in there safely. McLeod disagrees. I think he might have been out, but alas, safe at third on the tag is Dromboski. It was another great throw from the Cannons outfield.
That one just put in the perfect spot. McLeod caught it on Dromboski's back, but they said just, again, Dromboski just getting in there a little too quickly. Beautiful throw from Williams. Beautiful throw from Fernandez on the last one. I mean, if anything, Cannons outfield is showing off that you can trust them when they throw it in.
That is out number 2. So now Indian 1 out away from getting out of this inning. That one driven out into left center. Lyons and Williams ranging back. Lyons makes the catch, and that will bring a close to this top of the 6th. However, Front Royal plates 4 on the big fly from Sang-Woon John, and it's 9-2 Cardinals as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Welcome you back into Purcellville here. It remains Connor Graham on the mound looking for a 6th inning of work. He'll face Jotneil McLeod, Logan Newcomb, and Patrick Lyons for the Cannons.
Mentioned before, Connor Graham went 5 last time he was here. I mean, gave up 1 hit, but outside of that, quick inning for him in the 5th, and if you can keep on getting length, why not take it?
Especially to Front Royal staff that has struggled so far this year. Graham been separate from those struggles. He had just a 4.5 ERA coming into this game, which is very solid.
Connor Graham has come on as one of their new starters. He started out just as a bullpen arm before he made that first appearance as a starter against the Cannons a week ago. He had only pitched 2.2 innings total. Now he pitched more in his last outing than he had prior, and now he's making a new length record here.
That one in there for strike one to the leadoff man, Jotneil McLeod, here in the 6th. He's 1 for 2 with a base hit back in the 1st.
Looking to get it started here for the Cannons.
That one's outside to make it 1-1.
Quite the hole to climb out of now.
Yeah, it was 3 runs until that last inning. Now 7-run hole for Purcellville. So they look to avoid their 2nd loss in a row. That one chopped to 3rd, picked up by Kehoe. Throw on to 1st is in time for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Good defensive play. Routine. Pick up, throw over. Beautiful play. Right on the money to John, and no trouble there for the Cardinals.
Both teams loving every great infield play they can and outfield play they can make tonight. It's been a tough night for both fields. 4 errors for the Cannons, 3 for Front Royal. And the first pitch to Logan Newcomb up and in as he gets out of the way, ball 1.
Newcomb with a high of a 107 exit velo.
He also sits 94-95 on the mound. That one fouled off behind the plate and 1-1.
Yeah, we've already seen 2 hard hit balls from him tonight.
He's another guy on this Cannons team. Looking to see his name called in the MLB draft. One, swing and a miss, and now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 to Newcomb. Popped up foul behind the plate and out of play once again as he stays alive.
That was another thing that cursed the Cannons last year, is they had a couple guys get drafted last season from the team that was out there. I believe Rudder Prado was one.
I want to say Manny Ramirez Jr. I could be mistaken.
Manny Ramirez Jr. Third baseman names who escapes me.
Swing and a miss, and it is strike 3 swinging. 2 away here in the 6th now as Connor Graham continues to deal for Front Royal.
So they had a couple guys get poached by the MLB draft. I guess that's a good way to get poached, but.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you always want to see guys stay and play for the whole season, but at the end of the day, this is all for the players, and seeing guys succeed is what we love to see here in Purcellville. As these guys look for either new homes in college, look to establish themselves at the colleges they're at, or, as you just mentioned, find themselves a home in pro baseball. Got a meeting on the mound between Torres and Graham. This will be Graham's 80th pitch on the way to Patrick Lyons at the plate.
I've had some notable names come through here. I believe Dansby Swanson came out of the Valley. I believe Adam Eaton came out of the Valley.
That they did. Rhett Lauder as well. It's a starter for Strasburg. That one fouled off to make it 0-1. Trying to think of some other ones that I've heard. I know Jeremy's talked about several on the broadcasts that I've worked with him on. The 0-1 outside to make it 1-1.
Jeremy, just a wealth of knowledge about the Valley.
1-1 pitch outside, now 2-1 to Lions. As Graham will look to close out a stellar start here on the road. Just 1 earned run against him. 2 total. 2-1 pitch outside, and now 3-1 to Lions as he looks to get on base here with 2 outs. Give the Cannons some offensive life.
Looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, only, I think that says 79 pitches. Can't quite see as I'm trying to lean over and look at your computer.
You are correct. He's coming into this at-bat, so now sitting at about 82. That one lined to short, 1 hop, great snag from the shortstop Mercado. Throw on, unable to pick it though, is John. And it will be an E6 against Mercado.
If John was able to make that play, that would have been a terrific defensive play. Mercado made a great snag on the run-up, as you mentioned, and was able to make a throw on the run, and John just having the ball hit the heel of his glove. But that was an amazing play all around from the Cardinals, and John just not able to squeeze it.
That is the 8th error between these two teams tonight. As Ryan Gargett will step into the box with 2 away and a man on first. Graham gets set on the mound. Here's the first pitch to Gargett. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Gargett on the night 0 for 2. Struck out in the second, reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th before being retired on a fielder's choice. Here's the 0-1. That one's low, and now 1-1. Graham will step off, reset a little before this 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Throw back to first, not in time to try and back pick Lions, but it's 1-2 to Gargett now at the plate. One-two count, 2 gone, and a man on first here in the bottom of the 6th. Cannons trail 9-2. Here's the pitch from Graham. Low and away, and now 2-2 to Gargett at the plate. Count even. Graham set on the hill. 2-2 on the way. Driven out into center, and a nice line drive single for Ryan Gargett to keep the line moving here in the 6th.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was about to say. Just keep the line moving.
Nothing more you can do right now if you're the Cannons. It's just got to be 1 base hit, 1 run at a time. And now first and second with 2 gone for Andrew Bell, the 9-hitter for Purcellville. And that looks like it's going to do it for Connor Graham, as he is now at 89 pitches. We'll see if they give him 1 more batter or not. I have not seen a motion towards the bullpen yet.
I believe they're going to try to get this inning out of him and just get all that last little bit of juice from him that they can. You still have a runner 180 feet away, and it's not too dangerous. You have a 7-run lead. The closest runner is still on second. I think you try to get that last little bit out of him, especially knowing the way the bullpen has gone for your team. I think you want to try to get away with as least amount of pitches from the bullpen as you can get.
Indeed, and Graham has been just fantastic tonight. I mean, from a personal stat standpoint for him on the mound, obviously none of these runs, if any, were to come in this inning would count against him, as the error that put Lions on base would have been out number 3. But first and second, and a chance for the Cannons, as that one misses high to make it 1-0. For Purcellville, do you feel like you kind of need to convert here?
Definitely. The Cannons, in order just to get a little bit of motion going, I mean, I think 1 run here just kind of resets your offense.
That one on the inside edge, and now 1-1 to Bell.
And you know, the last time you played them, you were in a hole, came back. I believe they were down 5-2. You were in a hole, came back, and ended up winning 15-5. So you know you can do damage on the bullpen. You're starting to get to the starter.
That one's low and away, now 2-1.
I think any sort of any one run coming across here is huge for your offense going into the next inning.
That's for sure. And with that, if Bell can find his way on, the top of the order is on deck. Here's the 2-1. Fouled off right side. Quick reflexes from Kobe White over there to get his leg out of the way. It's 2-2.
In fact, I would even argue that it's not as much of do the runs here help. It's obviously they will, but if it's a matter of can you get your pitching to settle down and, you know, stop the runs coming across. Obviously, you can score as many runs as you want, but if you keep on giving up runs, it's going to make that 7-run lead really hard to come back from.
2-2 on the way outside, and Bell has worked it full here with 2 on in the 7th. This feels like a huge pitch for the Cannons. It will be on the way from Graham.
I do believe if Graham does not get this out here that he will be taken off, though.
This will be pitch 96 from him, and it's swung on and fouled off, so we'll see a 97th. This might be the most pitches I think I've ever seen from a Valley League starter. Obviously, Graham, prototypical starter build. He's 6'5". Correction, that was actually his 100th pitch. And so this will be 101 on the way in a full count to Andrew Bell. Here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's a beautiful 101 pitch outing for Connor Graham. He strands 2 and allows just 1 through 6 innings of work. I presume that will be it for him as he gets a warm welcome from the visiting dugout. As we head to the 7th here at Fireman's Field, it's Front Royal 9, Purcellville 2.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Welcome you back into Purcellville. 9-2 lead for Front Royal as we get set for the 7th. I will toss it over to my partner Tristan Kunik. He'll take you the next 2 here on play-by-play.
Thank you, Lincoln. We come back with a new pitcher on the mound for the Cannons as they get an inning and a third from Soda Inden. Coming to the mound now is Christian Hubbard out of Arkansas Monticello University. His season thus far, as he looks to try to lock down the Cardinals offense, who has been clicking on all cylinders.
Hubbard 6'5", not 6'5", 6'4", 250, so a presence on the mound for sure. 9 ERA through 4 innings of work in 4 games. 1.75 whip, 3 strikeouts. His last time out, I believe, was here, unless he pitched on the road while I wasn't looking, and he did. He threw 1 inning at Woodstock the other night, gave up 1 hit and 3 runs. But his last outing here at Fireman's Field is what I was remembering. 1.1 perfect innings from him where he struck out 3. They're going to need a repeat of something like that from him if the Cannons are going to fight their way back into this one.
He's going to see Ty Mercado first, followed by Luke Monaco and James Green.
Now batting for the Cardinals.
I'm sure Hubbard won't mind that extra inch of height you gave him.
No, I don't think he'll complain that I called him 6'5". He certainly looks every bit of 6'4", could be 6'5". You know, I'm probably technically 6'2", but if you check my ID, I'm 6'3". So, you know, and they let you fill in your own height. Like, I'm obviously going to give myself an extra inch of height.
5'10", but depending on who's asking, I'm 6'3", so.
Yeah, I mean, it counts.
You can't tell the difference.
No,
You can't really tell the difference.
You said 6 foot, I wouldn't have batted an eye.
It's typically what people go to when they ask me. Swung on and missed for the first pitch from Hubbard. Ty Mercado today is 0 for 2. Did reach on a hit by pitch and came around to score. Does have a strikeout looking. That one outside. Ball 1. Swung on and missed. Hefty hack from Mercado there. Not able to get around to it. 1-2. Hubbard did make a couple appearances at the University of Arkansas Monticello. He made 4 appearances, but only pitched 2.2 in those 4 as Mercado fouls that one behind the booth. In that 2.2, I will tell you it was a 10.12 ERA, but not a lot of on hand to really water that down. He gave up 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts against 15 batters. Has that one up for ball 2. One thing we will start to see now is these crowds will kind of hold on as we approach 9:30. Both stands, I'd say the home field stands about 3/4 full. Away stands as that one swung on and missed. Mercado will go down swinging this time for his second strikeout of the night.
Now batting for
But
Cardinals, second baseman,
the away stands, we're looking at probably about half full.
Lots of kids in attendance tonight, so we are approaching some bedtimes likely.
Some bedtimes, but it's not a school night. That one fouled off behind the plate.
Cannon's history tonight with a record-breaking crowd of 3,063 fans. Thanks for coming out supporting your boys.
And Lincoln mentioned earlier, he thinks this is the most amount of fans he's ever seen at Fireman's Field.
That was right.
They just made the announcement that we were over 3,000 in attendance tonight with 3,063. I didn't even think you could fit that many people in Purcellville.
Neither did I.
That one gets in there for strike 2.
The fans showed out tonight. I mean, I was on it earlier. I was like, it looks like the most people I've ever seen here. It's the most people that have ever been here. The highest attendance in Purcellville Cannon's history tonight.
Purcellville, one of these smaller towns in the valley, not a very big one. I mean, not much you see around here. That one grounded over towards third, and the throw over not able to be picked as the Cannons get yet another defensive error to put another Cardinal on the base paths, and the top of the lineup is coming up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, unfortunately, error number 5 for the Cannons tonight.
Now batting for the Cardinals, center fielder number 10.
McLeod just put that ball in the dirt, and Marsala wasn't able to pick it at first. As we see the errors just continue to tear apart this Cannons team tonight. We're seeing the opposite of what happened the last time these two faced off. I believe in that game, Lincoln mentioned earlier, they had 7 errors. They had multiple free passes, as that one is inside ball 1.
Do have a final line on Soda Inden. 1.1 innings of work, 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, and the 1 homer against him.
They'll check over on Monaco at first. He'll be back in time. James Green tonight, he has a home run. He has a base hit. He reached on an error and another single where he came around to score. That one outside. Ball 2 as Gargett will take an extra step out to throw the ball back. I was mentioning Purcellville, a small town. Most you got out here is 2 high schools. Jeremy and I have talked about the amount of high schools you have once you get to the Leesburg, Ashburn, Sterling area.
No, yeah, I'm from South Riding out there. We get probably 12 plus high schools within a 30-minute drive of my house.
That one check swung 3-0 to James Green. They'll check down to third base umpire, and we apologize, never got umpires' names for tonight, so can't give them a shout out, but I'll make a check down to the third base umpire, who will say he's safe, who's standing up at second, as the VBL only runs a 3-man crew. That one lined over in the gap. It'll get past Bell into right field. Fernandez will throw it back to second, and Inouye will hold it from getting past him. So yet another base hit for the Cardinals, and they got 2 on again, 1 out. That'll bring up Danny Orr.
Now batting, right fielder, number 34.
I was actually just talking with someone yesterday about the amount of schools that are being built. One of the new ones, Light Ridge, built to hold like 4,000 students, which is just crazy to think about. I think my high school has about 1,500. That one swung on and fouled back. Oh, 1 count. 2 runners on. I want it outside, 1-1. You
mentioned Green with the single just last day, but he's had a heck of a night. That's his 4th hit.
4th hit, has reached on every at-bat. That one swung on and missed, strike 2. Difference here in this game, as we mentioned, Cannons with 5 errors. Cardinals haven't done much better as they have 4, but the Cardinals have capitalized on those Cannons errors. Cannons just haven't been able to bring runs across when they have the chance.
Yeah, Green has a home run as well. We've seen a number of great plays from him in center. He's been the heart of this Cardinals team tonight.
And that one blooped out over Andrew Bell. Fernandez make the throw back into second, but not in time. Bases will be juiced as Danny Orr puts another hit on for the Cardinals. Looked like Bell might have lost it in the air there, as he had his glove up looking like he was going to go for it, and it just dropped.
I actually think that might have been sort of a dupe strategy from Bell, kind of make the guys on base think, hey, that guy might catch it, when in reality Bell knew the whole time it was going to drop likely in shallow right field. Gave his right fielder Fernandez almost a chance to throw Green out at second.
I was thinking it might have been a little dupe play there too, but couldn't quite tell, as we only got a view from the booth, as that one's inside to JoJo Montgomery. 1-0 count. JoJo tonight has reached once. He's technically 0 for 3. Excuse me, he hasn't reached once. He's reached 3 times, technically 0 for 3. Once on an error, once on a fielder's choice, and hit by a pitch in his last at-bat and struck out. He was the victim of that big strikeout throwout in the 4th. That ended a big inning for the Cardinals. But he's got the bases juiced, and he's going to bloop one down the right field line. It'll be fair. One will come around to score for the Cardinals. Two will come around for the Cardinals, and they're going to send Danny Orr home. The throw into Marsala. He gets it down, and the tag is in time. Cardinals bring in two, try to get the third, but can't get him across. As a beautiful relay from Fernandez to Marsala. Marsala to Gargett, who gets the tag down in time. But a two-run double for JoJo Montgomery to put two more up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, just a great relay. And how about the pick from Gargett at the plate? That was a rocket from in front of first base for Marsala. Took a one-hop. Gargett just snagged it, turned and made a great tag. And that will keep the Cannons out of Mercy Rule territory for at least one at-bat longer. It's a huge play to keep this game alive.
But the guy coming to the plate has a lot of power, and Sangwon John hit a home run in his last at-bat. That one in the dirt, 1-0. He also has a double tonight, and his other two ground out to second on both. 11-2 Cardinals here in the 7th. That one swung on. It's lined out into center. It'll drop. That'll bring another run home as JoJo Montgomery will get there. The throw not going to be in time, so the Cardinals up 10 in the 7th. 12-2 with Sangwon John delivering yet again with another base hit and another RBI.
Yeah, 5th RBI of the night for Sangwon John on his 3rd hit of the night. He's now a triple shy of the cycle, but if the Cardinals can hold the Cannons off the board in the bottom of the 7th, we mentioned the Mercy Rule earlier, this game would be over.
Cardinals looking to exact revenge from their last game. Nick Drombowski coming to the plate. He has a couple base hits tonight, a double and a single. He also has an RBI to his name. Cardinals just keep on adding insurance as he watches that first one high for ball one. That one fouled, not in play.
Cannons fans, don't go anywhere. At the end of this half of the inning, we are going to draw the 50-50 winner. Stick around, find out if you won.
1-1 count to Drombowski. That one catches the inside part of the plate for strike two.
Cannons obviously has not been their night so far, but all you can hope for at this point, get out of this inning, get back up to the plate and try and keep this game going. They'll need one to do so.
If it stands where it is, as Drombowski watches that ball go low, 2-2 count.
That is true. The way that this Front Royal offense has hit tonight, there's no guarantee it stays where it is. They've got 13 hits this evening, including 4 in this inning alone.
13 hits along with the 5 Cannon errors has given them 12 runs. John on the run at the 3-2 count, but that one lasered foul, so he'll go back.
Yeah, foul ball. That was an absolute rocket off the pad of Drombowski. It's one of those moments where you wish we had some StatCast on the swing. That thing might have been up in the triple digits for sure.
Need to get some AWS machines out here.
Fit that one into the budget.
I mean, we got all the data centers out here. Why can't you
get a sponsor?
Yeah, exactly. We're about 30 minutes from Data Center Central.
I live in Data Center Central.
Sangwon John goes again. It's a ball. No one's home, so John's going to keep on going. None of the middle infielders knew what was happening. Was a ball. Had to run the count full. I think what happened there was, I think John thought the count was full already as it said full count on the board. So I think there's a little bit of confusion. Home plate umpires letting Coach Brett Fuller know that the count was 2-2. That ball ran it to 3-2. Sangwon John will get to second. No one was there to cover second, so he was able to get to third.
Shout out to Tristan. He was on it in the booth. He knew it was 2-2.
That one swung on, popped out into left. Lyons able to make the catch. There was 2 outs though, so a lot of confusion on the board. It was 2-2. Sangwon John got over to third. There was 2 outs though. I believe the umps are coming together to make sure. They were checking Cardinals pitchers, but we are out of this inning. Cardinals put up 3 more. They lead 10-12-2 as we go to the home half of the 7th, where the Cannons look to get 1 to try to keep this game going.
Favorite part of the night, the wrap.
The Purcellville Cannons are back for another great season of baseball here in Loudoun County. Cannons baseball is brought to you in part by IBEW Local Number 26, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Bank of Clark, the Purcellville Pub, Catoctin Creek Distilling Company, Lava Technology Services, Valley Drilling, Valley Energy, Skinner Law Firm, Auto Stop Elite, Athenian Company Luxury Hair Lounge, Backflow Technology, Virginia Citizens Armory, DCF Contracting, Caseco, Merit Restorations, Unlimited Plumbing and Piping LLC, Loudoun Valley Floors. Thanks for supporting another season of Cannons baseball.
Hello and welcome back. Cardinals lead 12-2 as I'm going to double check. We've been mentioning it, but I believe it is after the 7th inning that the 10-run rule is in effect. New pitcher for the Cardinals is number 7, Luca Menino out of Stony Brook University. Luca, as I pull up some of his stats and measurables. Luca Menino this season is, Ryan Whitaker. The numbers on our program, a little different than the numbers on the website. So Ryan Whitaker, junior, 6 foot 195 out of Eastern Kentucky, a right-hander. He's not made an appearance this season. And a little bit of other confusion.
It's the number 7 on our sheet and the number 7 on the online roster are both listed as right-handed pitchers. The pitcher on the mound is certainly left-handed.
You're actually right. He is left-handed. So,
although I don't see a left-handed pitcher on the, I see one, Ryan Thompson.
From Virginia Commonwealth University, number 8, Ethan Acevedo.
Well, on the website, we have Ryan Whitaker, so that is what I'm going to go with.
That's all we can do here in the booth.
And if it is not Ryan Whitaker, I apologize to him and anyone listening for him. That one fouled backwards as Ethan Acevedo steps in to pinch hit for Seth Williams. And I presume he will also step in defensively in center field. That one high.
Pitcher, that's number 7, Ryan Whitaker.
1-1 count. And they do have it as Whitaker on the lineup sheet from before, as that one's in there for strike 2. And yes, it is confirmed. 10-run rule is in effect after the 7th inning. So that one's low and away for ball 2. So if the Cannons can't find a way to get a run on the board here, it will be ball game to try to preserve these arms. That'd be huge for the Cardinals, who will have only used 2 pitchers. That one swung on and missed, and Torres squeezes it, so the foul tip will go down as a strikeout. Ryan Whitaker coming in, getting a quick strikeout, trying to work through the top of this Cannons lineup.
Now batting for the Cannons, your Kansas State Wildcat, number 11, Shintaro
So
Inoue.
now Shin Inoue steps to the plate, who is 2 for 3 tonight. Has reached all 3 times, once on a fielder's choice. He's come around to score a couple times by the hands of Anthony Fernandez. As that one in there for strike 1. Looks like Josh Ebay is on deck in place of Thomas Marsala. Anything to try to get any sort of spark for the Cannons here tonight. 0-1 count to Shin Inoue. That one in there, strike 2. That one over towards short. Mercado fields it, gets the throw over, but John can't quite make the pick. So Shin Inoue will reach on a fielding error by Mercado.
It is the 11th error between these 2 teams tonight.
Now batting for the Cannons.
So Josh Ebay will come in replacement of Thomas Marsala. That one swung on, blistered out towards right or left, and that is a really hard hit and long strike for the Cannons. Josh Ebay got all of that one, but was just a little too early on it.
Ebay, very, very talented hitter. He's got a chance here to bring the Cannons back into this game, at least from a continue the game standpoint.
That one checked on. They say he does go, so Ebay will be quickly down 0-2. Shin dancing away at first as Ebay will pop that one foul. Cardinals defense will give chase, but it'll get out of play. So we will do the 0-2 all over again. One out. That one grounded foul just over the Cardinals' dugout.
Ebay staying alive here. Saw him, I believe he hit a homer in Cannon's last game on the road.
Home run power type of guy. Led the league in homers last year. That one down and in for ball 1.
It's a great take in an 0-2 count. Those are tough pitches to lay off of, and Ebay sees it low the whole way.
He was part of that potent Strasburg Express offense last season. That one swung on and missed. waves at it, realizes he didn't want to come around on it as he's a little too late. He'll go down swinging and bring up Anthony Fernandez, who's the last hope for the Cannons to keep this game going.
Not a bad person to have up as your last hope. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a pair of RBIs. 1 for 3 tonight, or 2 for 3 tonight, excuse me.
2 for 3, and we have seen this duo every time Anthony Fernandez has come to the plate. Fernandez at the plate, Inouye on the base paths. Both runs have come from Fernandez and Inouye. That one in the dirt. Inouye will stay put as Torres was able to block it and keep it in front of him.
And don't forget, fans, Tuesday night we'll have Bugaloot Ball. Free admission, be part of the game. Come see the Cannons in action. Play with them. Bugaloot Ball, Tuesday.
That one down, ball 2. That one swung on and missed. 2-1 count to Anthony Fernandez.
Just looking to keep the line moving, keep this game alive.
That one just off the outside part of the plate. Good job by laying off there by Anthony Fernandez. 3-1. 2 outs for the Cannons. Fernandez trying to keep this game alive, and he'll ground it in the gap between first and second. He will do just that. Moves the line. Inouye gets over to second, and a base hit for Fernandez will give pinch hitter Eric Martinez a chance to keep this game going.
Like I said, it's all about moving the line. Just got to stay in the game.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 5.
Now that responsibility
Just kidding. That's Eric Martinez.
will fall on Eric Martinez, pinch hitting for Jotniel McLeod.
Eric Martinez this season batting .241. That one in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. He's been in 10 games. Last played here at home on June 13th against Newmarket, where he had a couple of hits and 4 at-bats. That one swung on, fouled off. 0-2 count to Eric Martinez. Martinez actually on a 3-game hit streak, trying to keep this rolling. .02 count, two outs. That one fouled off, and Martinez also loses his bat. Both hitting the backstop. And he's asking back to the dugout for some pine tar or spray to make sure he gets a little extra grip on that bat before someone goes home with a souvenir.
Gonna want to hold on to the bat, man. But to make contact and then lose the bat, I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I have either. Not too humid out there either, it doesn't feel like. It's been a little better weather-wise the past couple days. Hasn't been blistering hot.
Yeah, I was working at the golf course the other day. 75 and sunny, clear sky. It's been great out.
That one blooped out into right field. Could be trouble. It will be. Shin Inouye is coming home. Throw in is going to be there, but they said Shin Inouye is out of the base path. He came in. They made the throw, and they said Shin Inouye came out of the base path. That is going to end the game for the Cannons. And, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't believe Shin Inouye came too far out.
And I don't typically disagree on these broadcasts, but I do disagree with that call. He was definitely in the base path. Cannon's coaches can't believe it. Shin Inouye can't believe it, and I think they've got every right. I mean, that's a rough call to end the game on, but
yeah, that one just a little bit out of the base path, as you mentioned. Not often that we go against it. Third base coach Rich Fuller coming down the line, and Coach Brett Fuller coming out of the dugout to ask what happened, as the throw was offline, but online enough just to get Shin Inouye out of the way. And in a night where nothing could go right for the Cannons, it ends in just that way. Cannons lose 12-2 to the Front Royal Cardinals as they exact revenge on what happened to them a week ago, as they lost 15-5. Cannons will move to 10-4, and the Cardinals on the season will move to 5-8. We thank you guys for listening. The Cannons will be at Strasburg tomorrow, June 18th. The first pitch will be at 7 o'clock. Next time they're home will be against Newmarket on Saturday, June 20th, here in Purcellville. Thank you guys for listening. Cardinals, 12 runs on 13 hits and 5 errors. Cannons with 2 runs on 9 hits and 6 errors on the game. For my partner, Lincoln Burkholder, and myself, Tristan Kunick, we thank you guys for listening, and we will see you on Saturday.